Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
For the business session today, there are two announcements. One is that this weekend, 25th and 26th July, the club officers training program was held, and all 7 of our club officers have attended and finished the training. The second announcement is a reminder about renewals. The last date to renew before the price increase is 3rd of August. So there is an option to either renew for 6 months or 1 term, or 1 year, which is 2 terms. So in order to get the benefit before the price increase, I encourage all of you to renew before August 3rd. With that, let's have a DP update by Toastmasters.
I think we should also announce that the benefit is of order of something like 1,400 rupees, not very few rupees. So per term about 1,400 is substantial, and for 2 terms it is 2,800. So it's something has to be quantified. Please note that. So whoever renews, they will be saving money for themselves and dollars for the country. And you can shift your water bottle because it comes on the video. That's all.
The exact details about the renewal amounts are there in the message that Toastmaster Jyothi has forwarded in the group.
It was blocking her face.
So if anyone has any questions, they can refer to that message. Now let's have the VP update by Toastmaster Shubha.
Good evening, everybody. Regarding the rule takers update, 3 speech slots have been booked for next week. 1 by Toastmaster Aparna, 1 by Toastmaster Darshan, and 1 by Toastmaster Jyothi. An evaluator role has been booked by Toastmaster Ajay, and the role of table topic master has been booked by Toastmaster Latha. The MC role, general evaluator, and individual evaluator roles as well as TAPG roles are open for next week. So please reach out to me in case anyone is interested. Thank you.
With that, the business session is concluded. Our sergeant can take over.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and very warm welcome to our guests. Before we could start our meeting, I would request everyone to keep your phones on silent mode or switched off mode. I'll give 5 seconds. I wear glasses, and I found something interesting. The people who wear glasses probably are the ones who pay money just to see the world. That's not the funny part of it. One morning, I was getting ready for office. I took my laptop bag, I took my lunch bag, I took my car keys. And then I started searching for my glasses everywhere. I searched in the bedroom, searched in the living room, I searched even in my laptop bag. After searching for 10 minutes, I stopped myself, took a deep breath and asked myself, think, where did you keep them? I slowly walked towards the mirror. There they were, sitting on top of my head. I laughed at myself, and that day I realized, sometimes the problem is not about solution is missing. It is about we are simply searching in wrong place. That's exactly our theme today, lateral thinking. Take Steve Jobs. He didn't invent any phones, but he has given or he has imagined the thought we can do much more in single phone, a music player, a camera, and much more things in one device. And take Airbnb. He didn't invent or he didn't build any hotels, but he has asked, why can't people rent an extra room which they are not using at their house? Every great innovation started with someone started asking, what if we can do in a different way? With that thought, it is my privilege to invite someone who is always ever smiling woman, I could say. And she is currently pursuing her bachelor's degree in computer science. She is an avid reader who enjoys singing, dancing, painting. Without much delay, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a big round of applause as we welcome our Club President Toastmaster Shreya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. I think for the first time in a long time there are no guests in the room.
No, we have.
We have one. Right. Sir, could you please stand from where you're sitting and introduce yourself and tell us a bit about how you learned about writing?
Hi, my name is Rakesh. I'm working in a particular desk job. I got to know from Deepa.
You had come last week also.
Yes.
I hope to see you soon as a member. Okay, with that, let's straight away have the minutes of meeting of the previous meeting led by our Secretary, Toastmaster Adishwar.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Here are the minutes of the meeting number 1377 held on 20th July 2026. The theme was curiosity and the word of the week was surreptitious. The business session started at 6:20 p.m. and was chaired by President Toastmaster Shreya with the announcement on the Club Officers Training Program, and Treasurer Toastmaster Chethan announced the upcoming membership renewal and informed members about the Toastmaster International fee increase which will affect from the August 3rd. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Deepa started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over the charge to the President. The President opened up the meeting and spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Jyothi. The Master of Ceremonies spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer, Toastmaster Vijay, Accountant, Toastmaster Kiran, PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Tanish, and the Grammarian, Toastmaster Udaya. The following speakers delivered their prepared speeches. Toastmaster Surya Raju, Level 1, Part 1 from the Path Visionary Communication, evaluated by Toastmaster Sakshi. And Speaker 2, DTM MU Bhat, Level 2, Project 2 from the Path Presentation Mastery, evaluated by Toastmaster Ujwal. This was followed by the table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Apoorva and had the following speakers. Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Chethan, Toastmaster Veerabadrappa, Toastmaster Sachin, Toastmaster Chakravarti, Toastmaster Deva, Toastmaster Kiran, Toastmaster Adishwar, Toastmaster Udaya, Toastmaster Dharmendra, Toastmaster Shubha, Toastmaster Vijay, DTM A K Prabhakara, and Toastmaster Danish. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Darshan. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker, DTM MU Bhat, Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Ujwal N K, Best Role Taker, TAPG, Toastmaster Udaya, Best Role Taker, MTG, Toastmaster Jyothi and Best Table Topic Speaker, Toastmaster Chethan. The President closed the meeting at 8:31 p.m. followed by the National Anthem. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adishwar. Are there any amendments proposed for the minutes of meeting? If not, then I accept the minutes of meeting number 1377 and open meeting number 1378. 2 years ago, my friends and I had signed up for an escape room happening at our college as a part of one of our annual fests. Now, does everyone know what an escape room is?
Yes.
No.
For those of you who don't know, an escape room is basically an interactive, story-based experience where you're locked in a room for a particular amount of time and you have to figure out a way to escape by solving different kinds of puzzles, riddles, or following a trail of clues. So, this was the first time we had ever gone to an escape room. We had no idea where to start or what to even look for. Throughout this period of time, my friends found a door in this room and it was taped up with caution tape, and on it was a big sign that read, "Do not enter." We saw this and we genuinely thought that maybe our college didn't want us to go in that room, and we ignored it. Soon our time was up and we had failed to escape the room. The organizer came and he told us that we were actually supposed to go in the room that said "Do not enter." We saw that instruction on the door and completely took it at face value. And we assumed that we didn't even question whether it was a part of the escape room or simply an instruction there. And this is essentially what the basis of lateral thinking is: thinking outside of the box. Lateral thinking is an indirect or a creative way of approaching problem solving, but trying to find a solution that may not immediately be obvious. As humans, our brains are constantly making assumptions about everything that we see. When we come across a problem or an object or a project, we immediately formulate an idea of what it's supposed to mean or how it's supposed to be used. And oftentimes, we don't realize that this may not be the best approach. Let me tell you another incident. 2 months ago, the same friends and I went to another escape room called Breakout Escape Rooms in JP Nagar. The theme of this escape room was murder mystery. So we had an hour to solve a murder mystery and find the murder weapon in order to figure out how to escape the room. We started searching for clues everywhere, and this time we were actually able to make some progress. Eventually we hit a dead end. We again coincidentally saw a door in that room, but that door did not have a doorknob. So we assumed that it probably was for decoration, it can't be opened without a doorknob, and we moved on. Eventually we had to resort to unconventional ways of finding clues. So I started searching for clues on the floor. And while I was doing this, I noticed something that none of us had seen before. There was actually a gap between the bottom of that door and the floor, just big enough for my arm to fit through. Earlier, my friend had found a walking stick or a cane, and it was hooked at its handle, so it was shaped like this. This got me thinking, what if I'm able to slide this cane through that gap below the door? If there's a doorknob on the other side of the door, I can use the cane to rotate it and open the door. So we tried it, and it actually worked, and we were able to escape the room. I broke the assumption that the door couldn't be opened just because it didn't have a doorknob, and I used an object in an unconventional way, and in a way that's not intended to be used, in order to solve that problem. And this is what lateral thinking is all about. Whenever we have a problem or come across a problem, we tend to look at the facts surrounding it in a very fixed way, and we make assumptions about it very easily. We don't realize a lot of the times that the assumptions we make might even be wrong. So, the next time you stumble on a problem, a puzzle, or even an escape room, try thinking outside the box. Break all the assumptions you have about it. Look at it from a different perspective. And at the end, you may just be able to find an unconventional solution after all. To talk to us more about the theme and guide us through this meeting, it is my pleasure to introduce the Master of Ceremonies. He is a construction technologist working at Autodesk. Outside of his professional life, he enjoys going to the gym and doing CrossFit, and he is also an excellent barista. In Toastmasters, he has participated and won at many area, region, and district level contests. He is most well known for his sense of humor, his insightful evaluations, his storytelling skills, but most importantly, how he is able to leave us with something new to think about every time he comes behind the lectern. So with a huge round of applause, please join me in welcoming the Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Raja Prasad.
What a great president speech. Now I'm wondering what I'm going to talk about this. She explained everything about lateral thinking. Well done. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Columbus was speaking with some of his friends, and during that time his friends said, "What big thing did you do? Nothing. You just sailed this side and then you discovered America. Anyone could have done that." Columbus was quiet. Few of his other friends also commented the same. Anyone could have discovered America. What so big thing that you have done? So there was an egg on the dining table. He said, "Okay, now any of you can you make this egg stand?" So they tried. They kept doing different things, but it did not stand. It fell down. Then they said, "Okay, Columbus, you do it." So Columbus, he took the egg, and in the flat surface he smashed it a little bit so that it cracked, and then it was able to stand. Now the other guy said, no, this is cheating. The eggshell is broken now, it is cracked. He said, I never said the eggshells cannot be cracked. Now this is a story which talks about the assumptions that we have in our mind. a president also talked about that assumptions. When you have these assumptions, it doesn't allow us to, and assumptions are great, we need assumptions to function in our life. But the same thing, which is our strength, also becomes our weakness. We are not able to see through the other thing because the assumption is already sitting in our minds. Now, imagine there is a hotel. Now, in that hotel, there was a problem. The manager has received complaints. The complaints is that the guests in that hotel are losing their keys. So, people who stay in the hotel are missing their keys. Now, the manager had to come up with a solution. Now, in this scenario, what are some of the assumptions that come to your mind?
Write the room number on the keys.
Sorry?
Write the room number on the keys, so if someone finds it, they'll come and give it.
No, that's the solution, not the solution. For example, the key has to be in a card format in a hotel. That's an assumption I'm making.
But you
Right.
need to lock the door.
Sorry?
You need to lock the door.
People lock the door when they go out. That's another assumption, right? What else? What other assumptions that we make for this problem?
There might be ghost in the hotel.
Sorry?
Who's taking the keys?
Or the staff are not sincere.
Huh?
The staff are rogue.
That you need a key to unlock the door.
You need a key to unlock the door. That's another assumption, right?
People
Because,
think it's cheap to replace a key.
huh?
The customers think it's easy or cheap to replace the key.
Cheap to replace the key. See, these are all the assumptions that we are making for that problem. Now, regular logical thinking is going step by step and then telling, okay, keys are being lost, we need to do an easy replacement of that. Or the other way to think about it is like challenging all these assumptions. So assumptions are a very big thing that we have in any problem, like as our president was talking about that. Because of that assumptions, we are not able to think outside. So one assumption is, like as Chethan mentioned, you need a key to open the hotel room. But do they really need a key? Can there be another solution? Right? Now we have AI, or can they have like some kind of band that they can't lose? Again, we are not looking at the correct solution or proper solution. And not all your assumptions, not all the challenging lateral thoughts that you have will be useful, right? But there is definitely value in that, because once we have assumed certain things, we are not able to think beyond that. Any other assumptions in that? Let's say, for example, another thing is, in a supermarket, they have kept the carry bag at the checkout, which people can purchase. Okay. What are the assumptions that they are making? But the problem there is people are not buying those bags. Yeah.
It is chargeable.
Yes, we are going to charge that bag. That's one assumption.
They are assuming that the customers are not carrying a bag, which is why they are offering one.
That's another assumption.
And they're offering paper bags instead of cloth bag, which is not of great use.
Okay, so they think the quality is good, but then it is not good. Okay. And other assumption is, when people come there for checkout, they are deciding at that moment whether to take that bag or not. That's the right time. So these are the assumptions that you're making in this scenario. So all these assumptions, so in order to make it interactive and fun, I'm gonna give maybe I'll give one exercise. There was a bridge. Okay, you have to raise your hand to answer to that. So there was a bridge. You can, in order to cross that bridge, it will take 5 minutes. And every 3 minutes, a guard comes out, and he sees. And if he sees anyone crossing the bridge, he will tell them to go back. Okay, so it takes 5 minutes to cross the bridge. Now, what could be the solution to cross the bridge? Wait, not you.
To hang below the bridge and go by hanging and like.
That is only Spider-Man.
One can give it a try.
You have answered.
Very creative answer, Jyothi. Anyone else?
So it's like every 3 minutes there's a guard coming up and asking us to go back. So it's like almost 2.5 minutes we have crossed half of the bridge. And then another half when we have to push the guard and run away from there. That's the only thing we can do.
Is there a pillar or something where the person can hide in between the bricks?
Okay, now, okay, let's go to Shubha.
Is it a railway bridge or something? Maybe it's not even over a river or anything, and he can just go from.
After the
No, you.
will there be people crossing from both sides or one side?
One side.
And the guard is only on one
Yeah,
side.
No, they can.
Like,
After that, this thing starts.
Huh?
He will just wait for the guard to start come out, and after it goes inside.
Okay, I got the answer. It's a railway bridge. After every 3 minutes there comes a train. That's the reason guard will ask you to go
No,
back.
no.
No, there is only.
Okay, it takes 5 minutes to cross the bridge.
Yeah.
After 2.5 minutes, I will go there, thinking that I have to go this side. Okay, so I will face this side. Then definitely the guard will say go to this side, and then I will go to this.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Oh.
A round of applause to them. In 1924 Santa Ana, California, there was a lateral thinker, Ralph C. Smedley. When people thought you need to be a born speaker, you need to read a lot of books to become a speaker, he came up with the thought, what if he broke that assumption? He said, what if we create a club and people come there and speak and practice, they can become great speakers. And now we have Toastmasters Club in more than 149 countries and more than 270,000 members and 14,000 clubs. And our club was formed in the year 1998, and we have our lateral thinkers here, DTM A K Prabhakara and MU Bhat. They came up with why not create a club for the community or for the company so that people can learn speaking. Now, for the benefit of the guest, we have 3 sections. One is the prepared speeches, where people come and speak for between 5 to 7 minutes. The next one is the table topic section, where people will be given topic and they need to speak on the spot for between 1 to 2 minutes. And the last one is the general evaluation, where the evaluator will be evaluating the entire meeting. So in order to help me in this role, we have few auxiliary role takers. First, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Deva to explain his role as timer.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day, fellow members and esteemed guests. Edward de Bono, the father of lateral thinking, once said, "You cannot dig a hole in a different place by digging the same hole deeper." To think laterally, we have to shift our perspective. Tonight, our speakers are going to break out of their standard thought patterns. However, even the curious minds need boundaries. My role as a timer is to put a boundary by not getting trapped in the linear loop of forever speaking. I'm going to use few signals, lateral logic signals for the for controlling the space of the speakers. Green signal, it means that you have established your foundation and you have successfully shifted your perspective within the standard time required. Yellow signal, this is your prompt to break your pattern and also to start drawing your insights to conclude. Red signal, the logic is ended and your time is officially up. You will have 30 seconds grace time to complete your speech. I will be observing how everyone manages their cognitive real estate, and I will give my report at the end of the evaluation. Thank you. Back to Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deva. breaking an assumption, moving out of the lectern and coming and calling Toastmaster Sachin to provide or read out his role as our counter.
Good evening, everyone. So I'll be taking up the arc counter role for today. So sometimes, be it around the table or behind the lectern, sometimes we don't get the flow that we want whenever we speak. So we tend to use filler words like and I'll be observing those filler words, and I'll also observe on repeated and crutch words. I'll give my evaluation during the general evaluation section.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Lalana, who has taken up the role as a grammarian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan. As the grammarian for the day, I will be making use of the good usages and the not so good usages of words used by the speaker. I would also like to introduce the word of the day, which is elude, and it means to evade, escape or avoid something, typically in a clever or skillful way. An example of the usage would be, she tried to elude the table topics master by looking down. I would be giving my report during the evaluation session. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Darshan to give his to explain his role as PP.
As the parliamentary procedure evaluator, my role is to see that the meeting is conducted in a disciplined and professional way. So firstly, I request you all to put your phones on silent mode. Refrain from speaking about sex, religion or politics. Avoid crosstalks when someone is giving the speech, and enter and exit the hall only during applause. I'll give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. All right, everybody ready to get into the first section of the prepared speeches?
Yes.
Okay, before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to call upon his evaluator, Toastmaster Chethan, to read out the project guidelines.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety of body language to enhance his speech. During the completion of this project, the member has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, including vocal variety, including pace, tone, pitch and volume. About the speech, the member will present a well-organized speech on any topic. Watch for the member's awareness of their intentional and unintentional movement and body language. Note distracting movements as well as movements that enhance their speech. The speech may be humorous, informational or any style the member chooses. Good luck and back to our MC.
Our first speaker has a BTech in computer science, and today I came to know he is a Carnatic vocalist as well. And any role you give to him or any work he has done, he will do it with so much perfection. And I was looking at he's great in photography as well. I was looking at some of the pictures that he took during our installation ceremony. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Ujwal with the speech titled The Moon. The Moon, Toastmaster Ujwal.
Any parents in the room tonight? A show of hands. Imagine your 2-year-old child suddenly starts screaming, throwing a tantrum, throwing things around. What are you going to do? What do you do?
Calm him down.
Calm him down. What else?
Ask him what happened.
Great. Now listen to the Toastmasters. A few nights ago, I was in the same situation, despite not being a father. Exhausted from the day, I returned home. I was tired, my energy was at zero, and my patience was lost. But duty called, and I had to go to my neighbors for an event, for a ceremony that they had. With zero energy, I still went around forcing a smile on my face, walking around, making small conversations, trying to stay as polite as possible. Throughout this entire conversation, entire walking around, there was one cry that pierced everything. It was constant for the entire duration. A 2-year-old toddler was desperately crying over and over again. No one knew what to do. I looked at her mother, and she was sitting in front of the ritual fire. Handing the kid over meant creating more chaos. The fumes, the crowd, and the noise would have agitated the child a lot more. I was at a fix. What do? So I pick up the child, and I walk back to my home. I tried rocking her. No. I tried feeding her little bits of mashed rice. No. I had no clue what she wanted. Then I started asking myself, what did she want? Maybe even she did not know. Not having a solution, I thought to myself, rather than giving her what she wanted, why not give her something to distract her? So I put her on my shoulders and said, hey, look at that beautiful moon there. Such round white moon. Look at the twinkling stars. Slowly, as the moments went by, she stopped crying. At that moment, I still had no idea what to do. Started patting on her back and sang a lullaby. In the next few minutes, she was calm and her heavy eyelids were closed. She was in a beautiful sleep. As a person in my early 20s, that is when I realized putting a child to sleep is the easiest thing. But putting her down without waking her up, that is not something I could have done. Every time I tried to put her down, she would stir. I didn't have the heart to make her cry all over again. For the next hour, I held her, patted her back, and slowly, softly sang a lullaby and walked all around my home, again and again. An hour later, her mother turned up. I was grateful to hand the baby back. She took the baby and said, thank you so much for taking care of me. But didn't you just come from work? Aren't you exhausted? At that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I recalled. I had a headache. My energy was at 0 and I had lost my patience already. But now, I did not feel tired. I asked myself, how could this be? It came to my mind. At that moment, the moment that I'd come home, I was distracted and all my attention was inside my exhausted mind. I was stuck in the loop of tomorrow's deadlines, my boss, the screening office, and whatnot. But the moment I saw that little girl crying, my attention shifted over to her. And the next moment when I held her up, my attention was on the moon. And the immediate next moment, it was on singing the sweet lullaby to put her to sleep. On the contrary, what happened with the child? Her world was full of tears. She was crying over and over again. And then, her attention shifted to the moon. And then, all her attention was on the deep sleep, where she was totally dissolved and away from the chaos. One of the greatest philosophers and poets recited the same thing, Latha, and he says, Mana banalbudu ಹಠದ ಮಗುವನಾಳುವ ನಯಲಿ ಇನಿ ತನ್ನಿತು ಸವಿಯುಣಿಸು ಸವಿಕತೆಗಳಿಂದೆ ಅನುಕೂಲಿಸದು ಬರಿಯ ಕೂಗು ಬಡಿತಗಳಿನದು ಇನಿ ತಿನಿತು ಮರೆಸಿನಿತ ಮಂಗುತಿಮ್ಮ. Parenting your mind or a child is done through sweet words and sweet actions and consoling. Not with a yell, not by screaming, and not with a stick. And that is how you also control your mind, oh Mankuthimma. That's what this poet said. So ladies and gentlemen, I ask you this question. When a child, when a 2-year-old starts screaming, starts wailing, do you yell at them? Do you scream at them? Do you judge them? Why then do we judge our own mind when it throws a tantrum? I don't want to do the work now. Who cares? I want to be on the phone. In this instant, why do we become our harshest judge? So I ask you this question, ladies and gentlemen. The next time your mind throws a tantrum, are you going to be a harsh judge? Or are you going to be the gentle person to point at the moon, distract, and get it back to the vehicles? In long, long ago, in the ages of the Raja of Rajas, Lord Shreya, this method did work. And I ask you this, does it work today too, Toastmaster Raja?
I don't know if he was giving the baton back to me or asking me the question. Because I was sitting there feeling guilty because I do twist my daughter's ears if they're not listening. Before I call upon our next speaker, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shubha to read out the project guidelines.
The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. Notes for the evaluator: the member completing this project is developing an understanding of Toastmasters mentoring. About this speech, the speech is about a time when the member was a protege. It may be from any time in their life. The member may discuss any aspect of the protege experience. The speech should not be a report on the content of the Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring Project. Thank you and all the best to the speaker.
Our next speaker has a doctorate in physical therapy and he has got multiple certifications from UK and US, and he has also got black belt in karate and he is also a karate instructor. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Midhun with the speech title Finding My Voice. Finding My Voice, Toastmaster Midhun.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guest. Have you ever noticed someone who is comfortable in speaking one-to-one, but when he stands behind the lectern, he completely drank off? That someone was me. As a physio, when I speak to one-on-one with my patient, I do not have any difficulty. When it comes to speaking to my team members, also I am so comfortable. But the moment I stand behind the lectern, the mind went completely blank. That is why I have joined Toastmaster. When I expressed this concern with my mentor, he patiently listened. He understood the problem completely and and started helping me and discussing the problem. One day, I asked him, how do I speak before a huge audience? How do I know that I am confident? He smiled and said, record your speech and send it to me. I did that. After going through the speech completely in the video, he called me and said, Midhun, you are speaking well. Go ahead. That gave me confidence to come behind the slide. I have shared another concern with him. I have studied my entire schooling in Malayalam medium. So, I was always having a problem with language when I have to communicate with a huge audience. That is where I lose confidence. He smiled and said, you don't think in Malayalam and try to translate. Instead, immerse yourself in English by reading articles and watching the news discussions in TV. I did some of that, not fully, but that helped me to change a little more. It helped me to improve. This, when I come behind a lectern, I used to translate. I stopped doing that. Then I asked him, how should I prepare my speeches? Then he smiled and said, you can speak first and then write them down. I was doing something before. I was using some AI tool to write my speeches. I changed that. I started speaking and then writing it down. That speech looks like what I want to tell. That gave me freedom. And then he introduced me something called sub-vocalization. He asked me to rehearse the speech in my mind. I've done that as well. That also gave me confidence. Then one day, he told me to practice something which I have never done before. For the speech, he asked me to practice Shavasana. Initially, I practiced Shavasana. I was recalling the speech. He asked me to recall the speech. First few days, I went off to sleep like that. I couldn't. Morning when I get up, then again I was repeating that. That immensely helped me because I know the structure of the speech. I do not get time to go through the speech in the daytime. I have to see the patients, so I do not really get time. So that is immensely, remarkably helped me in my preparation. Then he asked me one day, how much time do you have before going for your diploma project? I said 3 months. Then he said, you can complete one level in that 3 months. So he helped me to plan my speeches accordingly. Then I did that and I completed my level 1 in 3 months and then discontinued Toastmasters for 3-4 months and then came back. So, did all my the nervousness disappear? Still I have. When I go behind the lectern, I still think, what if that word don't come? I still get nervousness when I come behind the lectern. But it has changed from starting to now. One day, they announced that I became a best speaker on that day. That gave me a little more confidence. It is not because I am become a bust speaker or anything like that. It is because I have improved, I have gained a little more confidence to come behind the lecture. Whenever I give a speech, I'll get a call in the night, 9 p.m. And then he says, you are, whatever I've done very well in the speech, you will explain. And then he will give me only 1 or 2 points to improve upon. He will not take the entire speech and then tell all the problems, instead only 2 points. That also gave me confidence. I have to work upon only on 2 things in a week. So, a coach generally helps us to improve one skill, but a mentor helps us to find my voice. So, I am grateful to my mentor, DTM Prabhakara sir, for helping me to find my voice. He was not only helping me to prepare speeches and then teaching me how to do speech in front of a big audience. He was helping me to find my voice over Toastmasters.
Thank you, Toastmaster Midhun. Very nice speech. Next, before I call upon the third speaker, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Apoorva to read out the project guidelines.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. The member is attempting Level 3 Project 2. The purpose statement. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using the story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. Notes for the evaluator. The member completing this project is focusing on using stories in a speech or creating a speech that is a story. The member may use any type of story, personal, well-known fiction, or one of their own creation. The time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes. Listen for a well-organized speech that is a story or includes a story. I'll give my evaluation during the GE. Back to them.
Our third speaker of the day is preparing for company secretary examination, and he also loves sports and travel, and he's yet to share his title. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Adishwar.
Every house has that one energetic child, the restless kid who cannot sit silently, running from one room to another, gets any object and starts playing with it. So every parent has that one solution to stop their kids from breaking things in their house. Put him to a sports class so he uses all his energy there and come back home tired. So, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, I was that energetic child in my house. So my parents decided to put me in a sports class. They asked me, which sport do you want to go for? I told, I love cricket and I want to be a cricketer. So please enroll me to a cricket academy. Seeing their 11-year-old son, little tiny skinny son, they didn't see a future cricketer in him. They saw a future hospital patient. So they enrolled him to another sport where the racket and the ball could fit his tiny little hands, and that sport was table tennis. Looking at the small racket and the small ball, I thought how this could be as fun as cricket. The cricket had stance, a run-up while bowling, and what did this have? Just bend and play right and left? Oh, what a boring game this is. But then, the first day of my coaching, I saw seniors play on double the size of this table, playing some great rallies, smashing. I was like, okay, this game is fun. I asked the coach, sir, when can I play on this table? My coach just said, you have to complete one small task and then you can play on the table. I was like, what task, sir? You have to bounce the ball on the racket only 1,000 times. I was like, okay, sir, nothing. But he told, if you drop it once, you start the count again from 1. I was like, okay, still not bad. I'll do this. Just give me 10-15 minutes. It took me 5 days to complete this challenge. And finally, after a week, I got a chance to play on the table. The next 3 months, I got a proper beginner level training, playing forehand, backhand, learning chops, learning to serve, receiving, smashing, everything was fun. But the only thing I couldn't really work on was my backhand. So in table tennis, you play forehand like this and backhand this way. Simple. My forehand was very good, but my backhand was not this way. It was unique. I used to play backhand like this. And everyone used to laugh at me. And I couldn't really improve that because it was naturally coming like this for me instead of this way. But then I kept on improving. And on 25th January 2015, my club organized an intra-club tournament. It was just 3 months for me joining the coaching and a tournament. Oh my god, how is it going to be? But it was fun and exciting. So I was interested. I was like, let's see what happens. And then I see the fixtures. Then excitement comes down. Because I had some tough players in my league matches. So there were 5 groups and 5 groups with 4 players in each group. And the top 2 qualifies for the knockouts, quarters and semis. Looking at the fixtures, I thought, oh, it's gone. If I win 1 game from here, it's a big thing. I told my mom, the tournament starts in the morning, 1.5 hours, I'll be back home, don't worry. And she believed me, yeah, 3 months old, what will you win the tournament? So, okay, I will not come. Okay, fine, the tournament day. That's the beauty of sports. It never goes because sports has its own plans. You expect something and you get something out of it. The tournament started. I don't know, I got some superpower that day or the other players lost their natural powers. I had a really tough opponent, like not a tough opponent, he was an amateur level player, I was just a beginner who didn't even know to play backhand. I thought he will easily beat me, but I didn't expect he was having a bad day and he played very bad. I won 2 straight sets against him. That was my first time beating him. Beat any normal day, he would have beaten me 2 straight sets, but that day I beat him. And I was very happy because I had expected to win 1 game, but not against this opponent, against another opponent. Now I have a chance to win 2 games and I can qualify. I started doing the calculations. And now my second game was against the opponent. I thought I will easily win. And I won because I already won the first game. I was confident and this time I was like, okay, this guy I have to beat. I beat him. 2 wins, 2 out of 2 wins. And now I know I qualified. But then I started doing more calculation. If I win the third game also, I will be the number 1 in my group, the table topper. And then in quarterfinals, maybe I can play a little less stronger player because a group topper plays a second high ranked player from the other group. So that's how the tournament works. I was like, okay, fine, I have a chance. And I don't know how luck favored me that day. I won the 3rd league match. I was the table topper. What happiness. I was just screaming. I know because I was a cricket fan. I started celebrating like, yeah, see, this is the player. Remember the name, Adishwar. I started doing celebrations and everyone was going like, okay, what's wrong with him? But they thought, okay, the small kid, let him go celebrate. And everyone was surprised because he won 3 out of 3 games and now it was quarterfinals. But I told my mom I will be back before lunch. Now my mom calls the coach and says, sir, where is Adishwar? He has not come home yet. He has unit test in 2 days. I thought she called because she didn't have lunch. She's calling in 2 days, unit test is there. Where is he, sir? My coach said, madam, he is in the quarterfinals. Please come. My mom thought he's also bluffing. The coach is bluffing. He would have not won, simply he'll be wasting time there. I'll go pick him up. Within 5 minutes of the call, she came to the coaching center and she was surprised looking at me in quarterfinals. And now was the real tension because the league games happened simultaneously in 5 different tables. The quarterfinals happened in 1 table. Now you have viewers around you. The real tension. I was really nervous. My mom said one thing. Why are you nervous? Like, what do you mean, why are you nervous? There are 20-30 people around. They'll see me lose. They will laugh. She asked me one thing. Leave about the people. Did you expect you will win? I told no. Okay. Did the people expect you will win? I was like, no, obviously, when I didn't expect, how do I expect people to expect on me to win? So no, then why are you taking tension? The pressure is on the opponent. I told how is the pressure on him? He plays so good. Exactly, he plays good, but you have beaten the players whom you have never beaten and didn't even think that you will beat. So the real pressure is on him because you have played really extraordinary today. You have pushed your limits and he's just played his game. So the real pressure on him. I was like, yeah, she's not lying. This is actually true. The real pressure is on him. I played my natural game. I am not kidding. I won the quarterfinals, I won the semi-finals, and now it's finals. What a moment. It was the youngest kid in the coaching, that's me, was the eldest, and he was ranked 1 in the tournament. He was favorite of everyone. Even I expected he will win, but I didn't expect he will be playing me in the finals. I still thought he's gonna win it easily. But my mom just said, you have won quarter semis. Don't think about what will this happen, what the result will come. You're at least winning a silver medal. And the whole match, I kept on thinking, okay, I'm winning the silver medal at least, no. Let's be happy. And I started playing my game. So a TT game is of 11 points, best of 3 sets. Can you guess what was the first set score? Anyone?
5.
10-11.
21-19. He was 21, I was 19. You know, the crowd clapped, not for him, but because I gave a hard fight to him. Second set, because the crowd had clapped and I was kind of motivated because I gave him a tough fight. The rank 1 player, I gave my best. Second set scored 15-13, but this time I was 15 and he was 13. 1-1 in finals. But he was a calm, skillful player, and that's why experience, hard work, skill overtakes luck. The third set, he beat me 11-3. But no one laughed, no one told anything. And before appreciating him, everyone, even the coach, came to me. And the coach, the way he introduced me, the youngest, smallest kid, who no one had expected, whose name was not known by many, has come in finals and played so well. And seeing those 40-50 people clapping for me, it was one of the best moments in my life. And that's the day I learned that the greatest victory is not something always found outside. The greatest victory is the victory within. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adishwar. Now let's get into the next section, table topics. Today's table topic master, she is my friend and she's a manager of HR. She's an HR at Infocon and she has done counseling in Banjara Academy and she is the second runner-up at division level for international speech contest. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Jyothi.
Toastmasters and guests, table topic session is where a random topic is given to a random person and you have to come behind the lectern to speak for 2 minutes. And the time that you can prepare is from your seat till you come behind the lectern. It's fun. This 2 minutes is your privilege. Whatever comes to your mind, you can speak about it. Today's topic is not about a word or a phrase, it's about an object. I will show you an object. You have to come and speak about it. Lateral thinking. You don't have to explain the object. You can hold the object and whatever comes to your mind, holding the object, looking at the color, texture, thought, story, anything is welcome for those 2 minutes. So, are you all ready?
Yes.
My first object is, and this goes to Toastmaster Sakshi.
Since childhood, I thought it is Imli ka ped. And I remember in my childhood that all my cousins, they used to rush to this tree and just to pluck the imli and have it and just enjoy. There is one more tree like this, which you have to, the leaves of this tree, they enjoy just pressing the leaves of that tree. So I always thought this is similar. I didn't get the answer which tree is this, but I never liked it imli in my childhood. But as soon as I grew older, I realized I kind of I like tasting new things. So one of my friends just gave it to me and I loved it. It's like why I didn't try this in my childhood. So the moral of the story is you should always try new things. Maybe things you don't just assume, as the theme says. Think laterally, and might be possible that in future you might like that. Thank you, and over to the curator.
Imli, that is tamarind, is tasty and it looks like one of that. So the next object is, and this goes to DTM MU Bhat.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. When I saw this leaf, it suddenly took me back to a sequence in your Tom Hanks movie. What's that?
Castaway. Castaway.
Castaway.
Cast away.
No, not Castaway. That where he becomes, he's a
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. In Forrest Gump, when he last seen, when he sits on a seat in a park, a lady sits next to him, and he comes there for seeing off his child to the school. And this leaf, what they saw, suddenly there's a leaf coming and flying across the sky and just going across. What the beauty of that whole scene was, it is probably one of the best scenes of the movie, because it took it depicted his movement of his life all along, because he had something amazing kinds of life. I think many of us have seen Forrest Gump. Is a Academy Award winner. It's so many awards. It has won. One of the finest movies of Tom Hanks, and it depicted the movement of life, how it flies in the air and it takes its own route and flies here and there and here and there. It just flies away. So that's what the message is the director wants to portray. How the life of a person took like a leaf which has been flying across the sky and landing from place to another place. So that was a very touching scene which I saw, which really moved me very much in that particular movie. And I'm sure most of you who watched Forrest Gump would have probably appreciated that particular scene. With that, back to you.
Thank you, and it also says, like what he says, even after the leaf has dried up, it still holds the story. And so with humans. So the next topic is, it's a wooden coaster. So, and this goes to Toastmaster Sachin.
So this particular thing is
Paper coaster. Coaster.
Okay.
Where you keep the glass and cups.
Okay, yeah, I think it's for that, but we used to use this for a completely different purpose. So we were just pretending this as to use for something. So when I was a kid, I used to play a lot. So whenever I used to go to park, I used to play football, and these are similar things. I used to use it as a goal post, actually. So some of them I still remember. So we used to think, what's the use of this exactly? It doesn't make any sense. But and we used to play in grass, which I clearly remember, because if we play on the mud, we always used to have fight. Whether no, this was the mud, or because it used to camouflage with the mud. So we used to put it only during the grass, and that is how we used to differentiate. And every single time we used to fight, and then later we started putting stones and those kind of things. So yeah, that's what it reminds me.
One object helpful for many things. And our next topic is, it's a pencil, and this goes to DTM A K Prabhakara.
Madam Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Thank you for giving this pencil. This was the one pencil that she has given is the one used by Russian cosmonauts, as opposed to the Americans who are using ball pen which were not writing in space. This is a special one. It has been brought from museum, Russian museum, and thank you very much for that. Why it works, the pencil, is that it doesn't depend on gravity at all. It just, you have to press it and write it, and it writes. The advantage of this is that you can erase it, can make the corrections. So without correction, things won't happen in life. That's why when we started this club, the computer and the mobile were not there, and computer was not as ubiquitous as it is today. I used to write or draft my speeches in pencil. Even today I have it. So the reason was that drafting involved erasing. So pencil is the one. Russian cosmonauts used. At that time I didn't have the cosmonaut pencil, the one that she has given to me today. And but the thing is that this is made up of graphite. The important thing of this graphite is that a Nobel Prize has been won because of the graphite. The graphite has, between the two layers, atoms of graphite, the lattice of graphite has certain very thin space where at the atom level it forms a very transparent slice, if you do it, very thin layer, and that is transparent. And that was won by Andrew Game and Konstantin Novoslo. They won Nobel Prize for that because that was in search for decades. They knew that there was graphite, and the way they separated the layer by layer, it was using by some simple sellotape. And that's how it has been separated, and that is the future because it has a lot of strength. Strength for writing, strength for even making TV screens. Over to table topic master. And I think this because this is special one.
As always, a simple thing as a pencil can be also taken to science level. And now the next topic is it's a flower. It's like dried flour, and this goes to Toastmaster Himalaya. Toastmaster Himalaya, Deva, I'm like, your first name is Himalaya.
Yes. This is a flower with 5 petals, and it is dried out. Color is yellow, and I feel Graham has saved it for 5 days, 6 days. She has planned very well for the objects, for the entertainment of today's day. And this, on a spiritual level, I would say that we should not be like a dried out flower. We should always find water to grow ourselves, either by finding good people like mentors and parents. Thank you so much.
How beautifully said. Flowers in a spiritual way should always be watered and kept fresh. Wonderful. So the next topic is, this is a jute bag, and this goes to Toastmaster Veerabadrappa.
Dear Toastmasters, you all know she has said it is a jute bag. Because I come from a village, when I go to Sandy, every week Sandy day will be there. I have seen many villagers putting money here and hanging it here. And whenever they want to take it money, they give it to this thing only. So, how we can use in the modern days this one? Can anybody tell me how this can be used in the modern days?
To keep our phones.
Huh?
As a phone.
Mobile. No. I like this very much because if I keep money here, these urban people, they will not be knowing this fellow doesn't any money, even though I can keep lakhs of rupees here. They will not be knowing that one. This is the beauty of this bag, which I want to keep it myself and keep lot of money in this one. When I go for a purchasing of site, this will be hanging here. And they think this fellow is a village fellow, how you can bring lakhs of rupees and make this one. And really I take out this and give this site to me. And I used to give. This is the wonderful thing. It is made, see, you cannot, nobody can, when you are traveling in a bus, nobody can cut this. Because the thieves, they very knackily they take out money from there. Once I kept money in the pocket. Someone, I don't know how he has taken this thing. Once my uncle came to my house, I narrated this story. When I am coming in a bus, I lost the money. He said, no, I have one more earlier people you must have known, one banyan will be there, they will give one pocket will be there. I keep money here. When he wanted to show that one, even that was cut off. So. Whereas when I take money here, they think this is a good fellow, what money he will have. So this is the beauty of this one. I advise all of you to carry the bag. Thank you very much.
Sack of money. Thank you, Toastmaster Veerabadrappa. And the next topic is, it's a shell of a flower that burst open. So this goes to Toastmaster Lalana.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and rest. Actually, this is looking like something where they give us prasada in temples. It reminds me of that. Maybe it's not so clean, so it can be clean, or it also looks like a coconut shell. So we can use it for a lot of things. Maybe in the garden also to pick up mud. So, if this is found in my garden, I have a pet. He would take it and chew it up and probably swallow it as well. So, like, of course, it can also be used as a manure after my pet bites it into pieces, and I can use it for gardening. And Himalaya said, I really like the way you have collected the things so thoughtfully, planning such assorted things, not the usual things. Like I have earlier seen people getting balls and stuff, and which are kind of common things. So really I appreciate the way you have taken all the efforts to collect so many things. So thank you and back to you.
My next topic is And this goes to Toastmaster Darshan.
Actually, I won't lie, when I was thinking what she might give to me, I thought she might give a stick. What else is left? So, the first thing which came to my mind is police using the stick to beat people, then people using sticks to beat dogs, then my teachers using stick to beat students, and it can be used to beat anyone actually. And we can use this to make fire, to cook food. Also, one particular thing about this is so small, but if this small stick catches fire in a forest, entire forest can be burnt. This small stick can have so big impact on such a large forest. Think of us, think of me, think of you as a stick. We think that whatever small things we do, it doesn't matter. For example, someone throws a garbage. Last week I visited a beach. They kept partying near the beach and they made a mess near the beach. So if one person does that, if I am doing that, I will think what will happen. Sea is so big, but 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, the chain reaction, the butterfly effect will carry on, and today we see that there's a lot of garbage being washed away from seas, a lot of aquatic animals dying because of the garbage, just because of this one stick which caught fire. So don't underestimate your small actions. It will have a lot of impact to your life, and a stick is not only used for hitting others, it can be used for various purposes like walking stick and many other things. With that, thank you.
Thank you. It's amazing how one stick can give us so many various insight, not only about world, but our inner self and a better ecology also. And so my next topic is it's a wooden button. And this goes to Toastmaster Aparna.
So if you are a person who loves the aesthetic part of anything, be it a dress, be it a stationery, especially I am a lover of stationery. So what can I do with this button? I can put it on the copies, the front page, and make the design what I want to put it. Maybe write a slogan, quote which inspires me, or on the dress I can just, any simple dress, a plain looking dress, I can just make it more stylish. I don't know. I was watching this series last week. I wasn't keeping well, so I was watching this series which talks about styling and fashion, and that's when I realized the importance of button and the accessories which can play hugely in styling part, how a simple dress can be styled and presented like one elegant piece where you don't need much, just a simple one thing or the two thing put together and it looks wow. And I was amazed with that wow factor, that how a simple one white color dress, just one piece or the two piece come together and it looks like one amazing, what do you say, the last, on the fashion show we do, the last person. Showstopper dress, how it can become a showstopper dress. So thank you so much for this button, and it is just not a button but a showstopper piece. Thank you so much.
Thank you. though a button, it's a showstopper, no doubt about it. And with this, today I end my table topic session. Hope you all enjoyed it. My inspiration to do this session was very recently. I had attended a group at Kaban Park, and we were given such each items and we were told to speak about it. We hardly touch things from nature. We hardly spend time in a park, and while doing so, each one of us holding an item, feeling the texture, looking at it, came with huge ideas. And I was baffled when they spoke about things that, like this one is a flower when it blooms, this is what bursts out, and this is so thick and hard. So quite a lot of stories today also that we learned. And thank you, and back to the
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for such a creative session. Good she told about the story, how she came up with the inspiration, because honestly I thought something else. My assumption was she came here, did not have any topic. You see, there is a tree over there, you know. But she really thought about it and came up creatively. So let's take a break for 10 minutes. One area which we should not do, or it is not recommended, or you will offend people doing lateral thinking, is when you are having South Indian food. You need to go in sequence. Sambar, rasam, curd, payasam. If you just mess it up, people will get annoyed. So I hope everybody went in sequence, samosa and tea, and enjoyed it. Our today's general evaluator has been in skills development for almost 20 years. She's a passionate Toastmaster, and she's our past president, or I should say past president.
B square.
B square, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Latha.
Thank you, Toastmasters and Toastmaster Raja. Yes, I'm the past president of this club, standing behind this lectern as the general evaluator for the meeting number 1378. Now, getting to the general evaluation, the meeting started at 6:21 p.m. We were 6 minutes late. Request again, reinstating the point again. All the roll takers, all the members, request you all to be here by 6:10 or by 6:12 at least, so that we can start the meeting on time and on time. During the business session, 2 announcements were made. One was regarding the COTP training, where all the 7 officers of the executive committee attended. So our half DCP point is fixed for this particular term. And next half will come in the next COTP training. And we spoke about renewals. I would request all the members to renew ASAP as soon as possible, so that we can save all the amount over there. And then came the VPE announcement regarding what are the roles open and roles taken for the meeting number 1379. I request I'm like seeing a pattern that is the fixed people who are picking up the roles. I would request everyone to please participate, take up roles. So pick up roles which you are not comfortable with. Because once you come out of your comfort zone, you start picking up all the roles. Let it be TAPG role, MTG role, evaluate, anything. I see only the fixed people picking up the roles. So I request everyone in the Mekon Communication Club to pick up roles, come behind the lectern, take that 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever you have. Please, that's your time. Please pick it up. Then our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Deepa, she started the meeting. I wouldn't say she started the meeting, she kick-started the meeting. And this is how she starts the meeting. This is what Sergeant at Arms is supposed to do. Because everyone is in their hassle looking at it. The moment Sergeant comes and starts the meeting, that's when the meeting already starts. And very good work when you started. Excellent start. And you spoke about the glasses story where it was good human touch when you started. It was a good start to the meeting. You connected the theme very well when you spoke about lateral thinking. And as a sergeant, there is a mixture. for your address, the sergeant address, because that's how the meeting is going to go forward. You had all the right ingredients in the right mixer. So let's give a huge round of applause for our sergeant for kickstarting this beautiful meeting. The introduction of president also was very good. You do not look at the paper and then introduce the president. Very creative, very good. I would like to especially comment on the tone, pitch and your body language. What we see very few with the sergeants. So this time the sergeants have done really good in all the aspects of it. So let's give a huge, thunderous huge round of applause for our sergeants. Then the minutes of meeting were introduced. The minutes of meeting was read out and good, there was no amendments or objections raised to it. So we went ahead with it. Good work for your secretary, Toastmaster Adishwar. Let's give a huge round of applause to our secretary. The presidential address. First time I've come to know that there's something called escape room. Only when you explain there's something called escape room for the lateral thinking. So you explain, because I was very curious to understand what is it. The escape room is some activity or what it is, because it sounds very interesting, and after you explain, I think I should also try it once. Very different, very interesting thing. You connected it very well with the lateral thinking over here. Why is it necessary that you don't go the conservative way? Something go out of the box. Think out of the box and try things out. Excellent presidential address, the confidence behind the lectern, your body language, your eye contact, no stammering, no looking at the paper. I think you're just in your first month yet. And as a president, very good, very proud of you. Let's give a huge round of applause to our president. Setting the standards really high. Very good. And I would say you are a seasoned Toastmaster. We are seeing you behind the lectern, and this is reflecting in your presidential address. And the introductions, done very good for the Toastmaster of the day, because many times I see people looking at the papers and then but you went directly like that without looking at it. Huge round of applause. I'll come to the MC later on. I would like to call upon the evaluators. Okay, before that, I would request everyone, since the ballot is already out, right?
Yes.
I would request everyone to please vote for the best speaker and best table topic speaker. I don't want you to get influenced by the evaluation. We had 3 excellent speeches today. It's a very tough competition today. Request everyone to please vote. Best speaker and best table topic speaker. Not TAPG role taker, role takers. Our best evaluation. Okay, now I would like to call upon our first evaluator, Toastmaster Chethan, who will be providing the evaluation for Toastmaster Ujwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we witnessed what a average 20-year-old would feel had he been given a kid for a day. Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal, for sharing that experience, because not everyone gets to feel that. And having said that, I'd like to focus on evaluating your speech based on body language and voice modulation. Let's start with the really good stuff, your pausing and smiles. Your smiles were used sparingly, but they were used very well. For example, when you handed over the kid back to her mother, you could see the relief on your face as you gave it to her, which is a great sign. Second is the use of silence. Use of silence and pauses, which is something the project demands. So I've seen that you exaggerated them a little bit in the speech itself, which is a good thing. Having said that, yeah, so that was perfect. So those things I thought went really well. The next thing I'd like to talk about is the pacing. There were parts where you slowed down, for example, when you're saying over and over again. There were parts when you sped up, for example, when you were describing troubles like deadlines and the bosses, and you even shouted that out. So I could see that you were varying your pace and volume. You were also playing with pauses and smiles. So all of this went really well. There are 2 things I'd like to tell you that could take your speech a lot further. Firstly is the hand gestures. This seems to be your favorite gesture, as I think everyone will concur that this was seen repeatedly and almost throughout the speech. I kept seeing this. This is an unconscious body movement. Probably something you can figure out how to better handle. The second thing is the kid itself. You gave no name to the child. And it's a speech about body language and voice modulation. A kid gives you infinite freedom. You can really play with what she can do. So, and by not even giving us a name, you didn't give us how you spoke to her, how she responded. There were so many things that could have been played in that dimension that was completely lost simply because you never gave the child a name. And one final bit that I think went well was the improvisation from going from Maharaja to Toastmaster Raja. I think that it was a nice bit of improvisation. I'll give that to you. I didn't see that coming. It's been 3 years in the club and I haven't seen anyone do that yet. So let me summarize. The good things that went well, your pausing and smiles, the pacing, both in terms of volume and pace of the speech itself. The things that you could work upon are the hand gestures, especially the unconscious one where you hold it like this. I've heard a lot of people say that this is the best gesture to have, but having said that, if I see only this, it feels a bit monotonous. And the last thing is the kid itself. There is a lot more juice to be extracted when you give her a name and give her a personality. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chethan, for the detailed evaluation. No second opinion on what you've given. And yes, these are the improvements what Toastmaster Ujwal, your next speech is going to work, a different high level. But I would say excellent speech, what we all enjoyed. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shubha, who will be evaluating the speech for Toastmaster Midhun.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests present. And a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Midhun. You have indeed found your voice and the powerful voice within you. I would like to say that the transformation is very commendable, and you are a testimony of what it means to have mentorship and transformation in your life. Just with standing behind the lectern with such confidence, such boldness in your voice, the courage of conviction and very intentional body movements. You use the stage wonderfully, and you also maintained eye contact with everybody, and you successfully completed the purpose of this project. If I really have to nitpick on a suggestion on what you could work upon, maybe something that could have made the speech even more impactful. Maybe in the beginning, you could have started with a lower voice and then said that it was my voice, finding my voice. Right? So that would have made a bigger impact. Next, in your conclusion, you first gave the point about a coach is someone who only develops one skill in your life, but a mentor is somebody who helps you find your voice. And then you proceeded to thank DTM A K Prabhakara. Maybe swapping that would have made a better impact, and saying find my voice would have just once in the end would have made it a lot more impactful. But otherwise I'm really amazed, and it shows the amount of hard work that you've put in, and you also gave all of us a lot of tips from your mentorship journey, like Shavasana, recording our own videos of our speeches, and even the sub-vocalization. So great effort, and I'm really looking forward to more of your speeches and seeing you grow and taking yourself to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubha, and thank you for providing the inputs which will help Toastmaster Midhun in further journey of next speeches. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Apoorva, who will be evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Adishwar.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my target speaker, Toastmaster Adishwar. Victory is which is found within. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Adishwar on this beautiful speech. I feel what we witnessed today is one of the best speeches from Toastmaster Adishwar. And the audience instantly connected to the story. The audience instantly connected to the story because throughout the speech, from the introduction to the body to the conclusion, he was enjoying when he was narrating the story, when he was delivering. It was so evident on his face, the excitement, the feeling, you know, the unknown victory, that kind of which was really it came out through the speech. And also I felt and one of the best things what he did was very innovative was the use of props. He took off the table tennis and he showed us the front hand, back hand, smash. He showed it through the use of props. So like body language was beautifully depicted through the speech. And also the way he introduced, where he said, what does a parent who has a young kid who's very energetic do? They put him to a sports class. That was instantly connected, especially to the parents in the room. And also what I felt was the purpose of this project was storytelling, which was successfully accomplished. And when it comes to things to work on, I felt Toastmaster Adishwar was only in the center when it came to eye contact. I want him to see the corners of the room. That is something what he can work on. And also, when I know the story is 100% true, because when he said he had too much energy from when he was a child, which was very evident, because you know that energy throughout the speech is the same. I want you to like work on your pacing. Just, you know, stop, slow down, breathe, and give those pauses when necessary. I feel the speech will go to the next level when you do that. And also one more thing is, where you throughout the speech you said, my coach said this, my mom said this. Instead, you know, you could have just taken a pause, come this side, be the coach, enacted like the coach, saying, Adishwar, do this, or something like that. Or when be the mom, come this side and say, do you have problems, or did you even think you're gonna win? You know, maybe use voice modulation and would have enacted the mom's character, the coach character. It would have taken your speech to the next level. Overall, a great speech, I must say. The beautiful narration, and the audience was completely hooked. We were all excited to know where will Adishwar go. Will he win? Will he go to the finals? So that is something what the level at which the story was engaging, enduring story, I must say. And also the flow of thoughts was in place. On that note, I would say again, one of the best speeches from your side. Congratulations and all the best for the future speeches. Keep giving like this.
And the inputs given by Toastmaster Apoorva will be very helpful for Toastmaster Adishwar for his next coming speeches. I would say that 3 different speeches, 3 different topics, but the quality and the way it was presented was excellent. And the evaluation was not only for the 3 speakers, but for all of us to improve in our future speeches. Now coming to the second section, what we have, table topics. I would say superb, superb, superb. Only these 3 words can describe how the table topics were. I think in 3 years, this is the first time I am seeing the table topics being so creative, so well managed, very smooth transition, no fumbling, and the preparation behind it by the table topic master. Excellent Toastmaster Jyothi, excellent. Whenever you come here as a lecturer, as a table topic master especially, we look forward like what new creativity you are going to get to the table, what new things you are going to learn over here. You explained the table topic session very well. Once every time you come, you explain for the benefit of the newcomers and the guests. So what is the table topic session is good. It was very humorous. You engaged the whole audience in care, and it was very creative. I would say instead of telling Toastmaster Jyothi Rao, we need to add like Toastmaster Creative Jyothi Rao, not your title we need to give you. You concluded after every topic. You just give a summary of what the person or some good lines or one line, whatever they spoke, you give a conclusion of it. And the props what you bought, as you know, several times when people bought props over here, there was something very, as Toastmaster Lalana told, it's very common thing what you bought. But the thing, what you bought as props was very difficult, very different, and it is difficult for us also sitting over there to understand, okay, what was it? And it was very interesting. We want to know what it is. Like, how did she get it? And as Toastmaster Raja told, he thought that we were not prepared and you bought it, but when everything came at the end, we saw it, like, we understood how much preparation efforts you gone to it. Interesting props and very creative props and topics, I would say. And there were very good responses to your topics. It was not like someone came here and was like stuck out here and they couldn't speak or just stood. Everyone gave a response to your topics, and it was very interesting and creative. It was like all the responses what came out was very creative, very best what they could provide. Because there is something very abstract props what we call it. Not something what we can keep talking or yes or no over there. And I think you have taken the theme lateral thinking to a very different level today. A very different level. This is one of the best table topics I have ever attended in my 3 years of journey as a Toastmaster. So I would request that please keep taking up, come out more creatively so that our creative inner self comes out and we can express this intellect. Please give a thunderous huge round of applause to Toastmaster Deva. I will talk about our MC later on, and I would like to call upon the TAPG team who will be helping us with that responsibility. I would first like to call upon Toastmaster, timer for the day today, Toastmaster Himalaya, right? Yes, Toastmaster Himalaya. You have to come and present your report at once.
Here.
Yeah.
Thank you, General Evaluator. They say a linear line is the shortest distance between the 2 points, but our speakers have proved that taking a detour is much more interesting. So I have analyzed our temporal patterns. Here are the results. Prepared speeches, TM Ujwal, TM Midhun, and TM Adishwar got eluded in their creative thought loop and finished at 7 minutes 44 seconds, 7 minutes 45 seconds, and 8 minutes 15 seconds respectively. Table topics are 9 lateral thinkers. All the speakers gave a masterclass wrapping it under 2 minutes, except DTM Prabhakara and TM Veerabadrappa, finishing at 2 minutes 19 seconds and 2 minutes 12 seconds respectively. Our evaluators kept their feedback concise and structured, finishing at 3 minutes 30 seconds, 3 minutes 1 seconds, and 3 minutes 28 seconds respectively. Aside from our 5 creative overachievers, everyone successfully managed the bypassing the traditional timeline. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Toastmaster, this is your debut, right?
Yes.
Today? Yes. Let's give a huge round of applause to our timer. Next, I would like to call upon our counter Toastmaster Sachin.
So good evening everyone. So before I can start, note that certain names will be repeated twice because they would have done the role takers as well as the table topics. So here's my report. Toastmaster Deepa 1 Toastmaster Shreya 1 repeated word and, Toastmaster Raja 2 R's, Toastmaster Deva flawless, Toastmaster Lalana flawless, Toastmaster Darshan flawless, Toastmaster Ujwal 1 pause, Toastmaster Chethan 1 Toastmaster Midhun 1 repeated word then, Toastmaster Shubha flawless, Toastmaster Adishwar 1 repeated word and, Toastmaster Apoorva 3 R's, Toastmaster Jyothi flawless, Toastmaster Sakshi 2 R's, DTM MU Bhat, flawless. DTM A K Prabhakara, flawless. Toastmaster Deva, flawless. Toastmaster Veerabadrappa, 1 hour. Toastmaster Lalana, flawless. Toastmaster Darshan, flawless. Toastmaster Aparna, flawless. Toastmaster Latha, flawless.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin. Next, I would like to call upon our Grammarian Toastmaster Lalana.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha. Given that we had an out-of-the-box theme and excellent speakers, there were a lot of good usages of words. Some of the good usages which I could observe, though in the beginning I was so engrossed in with the speakers, I couldn't even make a note of so many things, but still there were a lot of things to note down. Thinking outside the box, challenging lateral thoughts, lateral thinkers, had no clue, stuck in the loop, immerse yourself, remarkable, greatest victory is within you, sequence, depicted, portray, butterfly effect, chain reaction, various insights, wow factor, baffled, playing with pauses, infinite freedom, transformation, courage of conviction, testimony, narrating, evident, engaging, flow of thoughts. And there were not too many not so good usages worth mentioning. Sadly, nobody used the word of the day, elude. They were all speaking about lateral thinking. So I would encourage the speakers to also keep track of the word of the day and use it in the future meetings. Back to you, everybody.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalana. Next, I would like to call upon a parliamentary procedure evaluator Toastmaster Darshan.
As the parliamentary procedure evaluator, I noticed 0 crosstalks or entry or exits when the speakers were giving the speeches. Maybe because the speeches and the debate topics were so good, so there was 0 crosstalk. No one spoke about sex, religion and politics. However, I did hear one phone sound during our meeting. So I request you to not to repeat it from next meetings. So with that, I hand back to our chair.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darshan. Now, the TAPG team are the pillars, 4 pillars which help in the smooth transition or smooth movement of the meeting. So let's give us a huge round of applause to our TAPG team. Okay, now to the person who gave us this beautiful out-of-the-box thinking theme, lateral thinking. A very interesting start we had wherein he spoke about the Columbus and egg. Actually, I was also waiting that how will Raja explain us that you can keep an egg on the ground. I was just waiting how he's going to explain me that first. So very interesting take. And on the whole MC address, the hero of the address was assumptions. What assumptions do, what role they play in your life, how you can deal with them. So the hero of the whole address was the assumptions. Now, this was something very different kind of an MC address. What we usually have an MC coming, he speaks about he or she comes and speaks about topic. But this MC address is more of an interactive session what we had, wherein through questions that are asked us the assumptions, he gave us 3 scenarios, and it was very interesting and interactive. And the scenarios also were such that we need to sit and think, like what is going to happen next. Someone's phone is ringing. Vibration. Okay, so it was very interesting, something very different things what we need to think, because these questions have never come down. And especially still I'm thinking about the bridge what he spoke about, 5 minutes you need to cross, you only have 3 minutes. I'm still thinking on that. Very interesting take. And it was an interactive session what we had. He spoke about the Toastmasters history also and how he related it to lateral thinking on what Ramsey Spendley has done. And he spoke about what the regular Toastmasters meeting happened, the history, everything was done. The introductions of the TAPG done, the teams also done very creatively. It's always like when you want to introduce someone, let's give 1 or 2 lines very creatively so that the person feels special when they come behind the lectern or talk about what their role and responsibilities are. So it feels special because public speaking is the #1 fear of the world. So let's make this easier for everyone. One thing I would like to highlight it out is when you went to Toastmasters Sachin, you left the lectern. You're not supposed to leave the lectern empty. There has to be someone all the time behind the lectern. So if you want to more somewhere, there has to be someone be standing there. So never leave the lectern empty for any reasons. So wonderful theme, smooth flow from section 1 to section 2, and the way you spoke about the break. And after coming from the break also you gave a nice humorous touch to it, which all of us loved it, and we especially liked the snacks what came today. For a change, we got samosas today after a very, very, very long time, because we usually given aloo buns, which we are given. But today it was like lateral thinking. Our Sergeant also kept, and she got samosas for all of us. Thank you, Sergeant, for that on that note. So it was a well-woven theme. I would say a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking. This was not a theme where it was easy. You made it very at certain points that we need to use our brains and think about it. But at the same time, you kept it creative, you kept it humorous, you kept it engaged, and it was very difficult to get all the elements of it. Since you're already a seasoned storyteller, you're a seasoned Toastmaster, and the comfort behind the lecture is always seen. So I would say that was a superb, excellent session what we had. And this is something what we are going to be remembering for a very long time. And I would request you to please come behind the lectern as an MC more frequently, so that these kind of themes come up over there, and which helps us to better ourselves as Toastmasters. Let's give a huge round of applause for our MC for that. Did I miss anyone? All the role takers, everyone called? Yes? So I would say that this is one of the very few meetings wherein the quality of the meeting was very high, the standards what we need to maintain, and we need to see that the coming meetings, the standards go more higher, not the low one. So let's give a huge round of applause to all of them for making this meeting that successful. On this note, I would like to hand over charge back to our MC of the day, Toastmaster Raja.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latha, for such a detailed evaluation. Now, before I close the meeting, I want you all to practice this. I don't want this particular theme to end in this room. Now, how can you practice it? How can you make this, inculcate this habit? So there is a biological limitation. So the biological limitation is this: our brains use 20% of energy, which is like 2% weight of our whole body, and it uses 20% of the energy. So every time when you look at a situation that you come across in your life, it is already coming up with assumption shortcuts so that you don't have to waste energy. No, that's happening. This is so. To overcome that in today's world, I'm going to give you a certain thing, and if you practice this consistently, you can tell me in the coming days. So what you do is every day take 20 minutes, go to AI, alright, and tell AI to give a particular context or situation. Like for example, the problem which I talked about, the hotel keys are missing. So what you do is you practice coming up with assumptions. Now what becomes is like then lateral thinking will become like a muscle. When it becomes like a muscle, when you encounter a new situation, now you automatically, your mind will start, it doesn't spend that much of energy that to think that, because you're training that like a muscle. So that is something that you can practice on every day for 20 minutes. So with that, I hope everybody enjoyed the session. Back to our president.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raja. Let's get straight into the awards.
I need to vote this one.
If anyone else hasn't voted yet, this is your chance to vote.
Done. Thank you.
First, Best Evaluator goes to Toastmaster Chethan. Our Best TAPG Role Taker. He did it for the first time, but he won Toastmaster Deva. response. I've not laughed that hard in a long time, I'd say. Toastmaster Veerabadrappa. Our best MTG role taker. Like I said, he never fails to leave us with something new to learn about. Toastmaster Raja. Lastly, our best speaker. It was an extremely close call, but it goes to Toastmaster Ujwal. With that, I will quickly bring this meeting to a close. I hereby close meeting number 1378.